Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys can see, we're underneath the race cars. That being said, you've probably already seen the last video where Rad Dan and Gear Ridge Tools have personally called me and Terry to go to their Rad Dan August 14th Willow Springs track day event. That being said, you guys already know my second gear is no mas, baby. So we're in here putting in a new transmission, and let's go over to Terry to go see what he needs to get done. I need a new engine, baby! Ruh-roh! Looks like we got them things to do before August 14th, but not yet. We got a little bit of a track day, so me and Terry can get a little personal track days in. So let's get these cars ready and let's head out to Willow Springs.
Let's go, baby. Let's get your 240 SX built, running, lively, back on the street. Let's go, baby. Woo!
So as you guys can see, me and Terry got the good old W Series transmission. Went ahead and did a little bit of a pit stop, pit crew change. So went ahead, put that in there. Now it's just a normal on OEM drive shaft, OEM shifter, everything to get this motor basically up at Willow Springs. We did actually go ahead and do the cat hump delete on the 240 on mine personally, so we can get the seat a little bit lower. Since we will be running, obviously in the competition, we need to run halo seats, so just kind of get the cars a little bit more competitively ready. That's everything that's under here. Once we lower the car, you guys will see a little bit more in depth. But other than that, we're just getting the slave cylinder on, getting the trans mount on, the drive shaft, the shifter, the normal trans shifter, the things to do. Get this thing on the road, have me shifted into second gear properly. So let's go.
All right, guys. So for me, it's not looking too hot. Like I said in the beginning, I need a new motor. So we didn't really have that much time for me to tear this motor down apart, rebuild it, and refresh it, and get it back into the car. So with that being said, I got a newer used motor, just with lower mileage. So we just went ahead, took all the accessories and everything off my old motor. We took everything off the new used motor, and we slapped everything back on. So now it's basically ready for me to just get it up on the engine stand, throw the clutch and flywheel and the transmission on, and now get it into my chassis. But not only do I need a new motor, but I need a new rear arm and my over fender to be put back on, and making sure the car looks just as good as it's performing. So with that being said, let's get cracking, baby.
So while Terry's going ahead and putting the motor in, as you guys can see, I'm going ahead and putting in the drive shaft bolts to the end of it, finishing up the underbelly, and then dropping the car and then finishing what I need to do inside the top end, and then getting this thing ready for the track. So me and Terry can then put on a show.
We're going drifting, boys. We're going drifting, boys.
Oh, the motor's hungry, so sometimes we just decided to feed it some bread. No, as of right now, we need to take the input shaft, we need to take the pilot bearing out from the motor to replace it into Terry's other motor. As of right now, the puller that we have is broken, so we're just using the good old-fashioned bread. It's essentially the concept of you can't compress it, bread to a certain extent, meaning it'll start pushing the bearing out once you feed enough inwards. So we'll get it filled up, we'll hammer it out, we'll show you guys. You guys can see, just bread. Now it's all filled up. You just go ahead and take that all out of your old motor, whatever you're using. And now you just clean that, and obviously you can see the bearing is both good and intact, ready to be replaced into the other motor. Let's get Terry's motor in.
So like I said, it's a newer used motor. So with that being said, when I put a nice beating on this motor, I want to make sure it's going to hold. So with that being said, I'm going to replace all the seals that looked old and look like they need to be replaced. The rear main seal is always a good seal to replace, especially since you have a transmission and an engine being mated together, and it's a lot of work to replace this seal. So since you're already here, you might as well get it done. So with that being said, let's get this rear main seal replaced. Just like that, rear main seal, the old one, is now out, and the new one is now gonna go in. Just like so. But before we throw this in, we're gonna clean the surfaces. Just throw a little bit of lubrication on here, so when it goes around the surface that it's sealing, it just slips right on. Just like that, baby. Old motor out, bad compression. New used motor in, good compression.
How's it feel to have your motor in your car, big dog?
Well, I hope she starts, and I hope we get down the street, and then I'll feel just right about it.
And this time I'll be able to actually go in the second gear to keep up with you. So until further notice, we got some final things to situate on both the cars. It said Terry's motor's in, my trans is in, we gotta get my seat in, and Terry's little finalization all situated. Until further notice, we need to go to the track, so we'll see you guys at Willow Springs.
Less wrench time and more seat time, so catch us at Willow Springs.
Woo! Make sure you guys follow our Instagram, Terry Thornberry Performance. Also stay in tune with Rad Dan and Gear Wrench Tools for August 14th, Willow Springs Rad Day event. You will be seeing us. Make sure you guys have your calendars free so you guys can support your boys. Let's have a break. So you guys can support your boys. Let's have a great day.